Hey, I'm Oliver. When I was around 11 years old, I fell in love with a wonderful Canadian TV show called The Hollow, a very interesting mystery TV show that inspired me to create my own characters, which I still do have to this day. After a very long time of not watching it, I popped it on one day and realized that I should reimagine these characters, since they've held such a special place in my heart. So, without further ado, let's get into it. For anyone who hasn't watched the show, three teens, MIRA, Kai, and Adam, wake up in a mysterious white room, not knowing when or how they got there. They don't even remember who they are. After escaping the room, there are about many challenges to escape whatever mystery place they've been trapped into. Quick spoiler warning, skip to this timestamp if you don't want to hear it, but later in the show they realize that they've been playing in a game competition that they're real-life people signed up for. So, right now we're starting off with MIRA. Her powers are water manipulation and communication with animals. A very interesting duo of powers, but they do fit together. MIRA has always been my favorite of the three. Her wittiness has always been refreshing compared to Adam's seriousness and Kai's rather dumb personality. Her design, at least to me, seemed really Justice neon-coded, which didn't totally fit for her in my head. I did keep the neon, but I made it more Y2K techy instead, because I feel like it would be a little bit more modern and a bit more into, her vibe, considering that she likes to play video games. She rides a motorbike in the second season, so I gave her a helmet and some goggles to double for her water-based powers, and I know that she technically wouldn't need them because she can breathe underwater and, she can see underwater and everything, but, I feel like it would still get in her eyes a little bit. I wanted to keep her colors pretty much the same, because I didn't totally hate the combo, I just thought it could be adjusted in a different way. I felt that it was odd that there's a lot of green and blues on the top of her design, and then when you travel down, it's very pink and purpley kind of thing. So I just kind of made it all feng shui together through the entire design. I do think that her having a skirt suits her, and the tights underneath it work well for when she needs to swim. A little small detail that I really loved adding was her blue lip tint. I want to imagine that she gained that after everyone thought she drowned in episode 3, considering you get blue lips from the lack of oxygen. So I thought I'd sneak that in there, because I love doing my little details. So here's how she turned out. Next up is Kai. If you couldn't tell, he is definitely not my favorite character in the show. He consistently comes to rash decisions and just doesn't listen to anybody in his group about pretty valid things. He gets overly jealous about a lot of things in the show that he really just shouldn't, and it's just it becomes a whole thing, and it doesn't need to become a whole thing kind of thing. Whoa, let's take a shot every same time. Same thing. Anyways, all things that I find rather annoying about him. However, a lot of those characteristics, fit quite well into his power of pyrokinesis. I'm curious to know what you guys think of this series, if you actually have watched it. I know that a huge chunk of y'all are American, so let me know if this ever was on your roster. I'm not sure if this show made it past, Canada and stuff like that, because there's a lot of shows where I'm oh yeah, this is such a key point, and then I talk to Americans and they're no, what are you talking about? I've never heard of that. So, just throwing it out there, let me know. In my redesign, I kept a lot of his characteristics the same, with his, jersey and his pants, and I think I also kept boots. And of course, he looks like the same character, he just done up. I try to make him more, kid rich-esque, because he's rich. It's very, I don't know the character's name, but from Big Hero 6, the guy that has the beanie on, he is very rich, but he does not look it, so I think they kind of just, took that from that, or took inspiration from that. So anyways, I gave him a nicer sports polo, and just more done-up pants, they're very, indented. This is all off script, I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys. It's seamed in a different way, so I tried to add that to make it seem like his clothes are tailored to him. I feel like in my reimagining he'd be funny, and he would crack dad jokes more than just being whiny about not getting his way. And he could be an actually guy, considering his other power of engineering knowledge, which is such a random power to give him, but either way. Maybe it's because, the spaceship has fire on it, so they're yeah, that makes sense. You can see in the speed paint that I was trying to give him more, not more, just scorch marks in general, and patchwork on his pants to kind of show the repercussions of using his power, which honestly I do wish that I kept. I just thought it kind of went against my like rich kid idea. I do absolutely love when shows show realistic portion of powers, and Kai was the only one I ditched that sort of vibe with, which is unfortunate. But pushing past my hatred for the OG Kai, I think that his design came out pretty well. Lastly, we have Adam, the honorary super strength character. Honestly, his design was the hardest for me to really figure out what his concept was going to be, or like what I would move to. He parted from the source material a whole lot, which I think is a good thing and a bad thing. His original design felt really basic and bland. The hollow logo on his t-shirt felt a bit weird to keep, and I think it's literally just so that they can advertise the show in a way that doesn't make it seem awkward, but it does seem awkward when it comes to like him actually wearing it in the game universe. So I completely changed everything and I gave him this more done up vibe, very, I guess it's called downtown core, and almost dark academia, but not quite, which I feel suits him at least a little bit. I looked at his room and he seems rather science and intellectual based, which makes me think, why didn't he get the engineering powers? But either way, I did want to keep the green part of his design, to keep a bit of his original source material intact, to go along with his power of strength. I also gave him bandages on his left hand, with also adding patches on his jacket elbows. That's such a weird way to say that, but yes, to coincide with the messiness of his room and how he definitely gets scrapped up a lot jumping around. I think you can see in the speed paint that I was heavily debating giving Adam glasses, and I thought it would match the rest of the outfit and give him almost a Peter Parker essence, but I ended up ditching that idea since I thought it would change him a bit too much. So here's how he turned out. Unfortunately, his design is one of them, or the one that I'm least proud of, but I'm curious to know what you think. Well, that's the end, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. This show, with its flaws and all, definitely impacted me as a kid, and I loved it a lot. Let me know which one was your favorite. I know I keep saying this, but I'm hoping to make a return to YouTube for the foreseeable future. I've got some solid plans for the next couple months, and planning ahead is working rather well for keeping me in check. You'll hopefully get 2 other videos this month. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye-bye!